Hey. Alright, everybody. Let's see. I'm just making sure that everything's working over here. Let's get some music rolling. And I think we should be good to go. Alright, perfect. Alright. And boom. Alright. Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this new system of how of streaming where I have to like log on every time. Because YouTube really does, it's not a fan of me using like 4 streams at once. Because when I do this type of stream, I'm actually doing 4 streams at once. So YouTube's not a fan of it, kind of. So I'm doing my best to kind of fix it up a little bit. But hey Anthony, hey Max, hey Abraham, hey Peter, hey Doge, hey Ramses and Saul and Robert. There we go. All right, turn on some music a little bit more. Here we go. All right, but we should be good to go, guys. For real though, Dogecoin took another little jump here. So let's talk a little bit, guys, about like where everything's been happening since we've seen these lows. Because eventually we're gonna have a cooldown here, but we just don't know when it's gonna happen. For now, I'm actually going to remove a bunch of these drawings. We don't really need them that much. I mean, is there anything I really want to see in here? No, there's nothing I want to keep in there. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, remove drawings. There we go. So Dogecoin's heading for a major level of resistance right here at about 28 cents, pretty much 29 cents if you look at it. It's very, very close. You can see it almost tapped on it, and this, if we're able to pop above that, Dogecoin can get back up into the 30s. I mean, we've all know how hard the 25s were for us over here. Came down, come back up, and now we're kind of at 28. So, excuse me. I'm really happy with where Dogecoin's kind of been over the past few days. One of the things here, though, if we're looking at it from a trend line point of view, we're pretty far away from our trend line. But, oh, how do I? There you go. All right. Pretty far, but because of manipulation, because of how Bitcoin's been moving so far, especially if Bitcoin breaks out, we could easily just break out above this blue line right here, the trend line, go up towards the 30s, and we might not even have to worry about this trend line right here for a while. Eventually, I think we're going to come back down here toward the 25 to 26 cent level, but as long as Bitcoin's doing its own thing, we should be okay. Or I shouldn't say that. Eventually, we're going to come back down to this white line. That may be somewhere over here, or that may be somewhere over here. But I think eventually we're going to come back down to it. But if Bitcoin has a little bit of a rally today, if it still has another shot, it's holding strong, right? Today's the second day where I think it has an opportunity to break out. If it does, you can see some really crazy returns. It's going to be fantastic right there. Hey, sit the frick down. Oh, frick down gaming, excuse me. I hope you've had a good day, my man. Let's see. Hey Alex, awesome name for the stream. I know, right? Well, you guys, let's face it. We have so many freaking people mad every single time Dogecoin goes up, and it's like, guys, why don't you just pop some money in yourself, and when it goes up, you can make some money. But instead, they're like, Dogecoin is going to zero. It's going to zero. It's going to zero. All they ever say is it's going to zero, and everything like that. A few minutes ago, somebody said sell, and then you would have lost down about 10% of profit, right? People are kind of crazy, but it is what it is. That's why I kind of like becoming a streamer. It's weird to prove others wrong by just simple technical analysis, but I've been telling you guys for a while. Dogecoin's been it was so slow that it's due for a little bit of pop. We actually talked a little bit about that yesterday. Let me go to coinmarketcap.com. Remember how I told you guys in the last 60 days I was going through the list yesterday, and I was like, okay, well, in the last 60 days, Bitcoin's up about 28%, Ethereum is up 33%, right? But you go down here to Dogecoin, and Dogecoin at the time was down, I think it was like down 20% or 30% in the last 60 days. And now it's only down 10%. So I still think it has more room to run up here just because it's been doing incredibly well, right? And the other point of this is this was really being pumped during the time of May, SNL, everything like that. So it definitely was higher relative to a lot of other coins. But I think people are going to accept that and try to buy this up again. There you go. Hey, Keegan. Hey, Luis. Ethereum Classic is going to. See, that's why I have all the streams. Oh, yeah. Ethereum Classic is up 7. Bittorrent's up 9. Gee, hold on a second. So let me do something very fast. So if you guys were to get on close to some of these lows, I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom. You just kind of got them around here. You'd be up around 50, 60% on Dogecoin, right? Fantastic. Somebody just told me Ethereum Classic. Who is that? Keegan. So if you bought kind of low on here, Ethereum Classic, you'd be up about 60%. That's really good returns right there. And that's just for holding the 60% returns. I mean, you could be here or here. So let's just do here for now. It's not around the same time. You know, 60% return for 2 months of waiting. I'm totally down for that. BitTorrent right here. I bought most of my BitTorrent right here and right here, but for just, you know, there you go. Let's say I just what is it? 0.002 is my average right now. A little bit less, but that's fine. So let's just go right here. All right. I'm up about 134% for my BitTorrent, right? And that's one of the reasons I told you guys about some of these, you know, cheaper coins that, or not even cheap, just cheaper coins, but coins that have fallen down so much. Where they, what happened was they broke their support level right here. There was a major support level that a lot of coins have. Dogecoin was one of them. When they broke that and they were going down to some real low prices, I was like, oh, this is a fire sale. So yeah, BitTorrent's been my favorite one so far. But you guys know I've been talking about BitTorrent since I started this channel. Here's another one, STMX. If you got down by the low, you're up about 120%. This is another one I gave you an example of. You'll see where it happened. It broke down below that support, so it became really cheap for a little bit. Same stuff like that. And I even think, believe it or not, I even think ICP boomed up a little bit here in the last while. See, ICP is actually down in the last 24 hours. That's such an ICP thing to do. You know, in the last, 7 days, it's up 80%. So that's pretty understandable. It's up to 70 bucks. It's finally getting some air into it. If you guys decided to buy into it at the 30s or even the $25 range, congratulations. You're probably up a lot by now. Excuse me. But I can never buy into it. I thought about it a few times, but it was just it was too much of a joke for me to invest in. There you go. But you saw how I thought it was a joke, and people still made money off of it. Keep that in mind. All right, let me go back over here to Dogecoin. All right, is there anything else I need to put on here as far as another support level or anything like that? Yeah, I could add one more level here for you guys. One at 44 cents, and then is there another little area right here between these lines? No. Oh, nah, I can use this one right here. There we are. So we have a few levels of resistance ahead of us, but you know what? I'm still happy with everything that Dogecoin's doing at the moment. There we go there. Let's hop off of there so we can control Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's still chilling. So as long as Bitcoin wants to chill, I'm in a good mood. Oh, what do you guys have to say so far? Let's see. Oh, and everybody, please consider liking the stream. It does help me out a lot. So every like you guys give, it really does help the video get more views and the channel grow and all that other good stuff, which helps me, give you guys more content basically. Let me go right here. Hey, Michael. Yeah, this is a 5-minute chart on the Dogecoin right now. It's on, at least for now, right now, it's a 1 second chart for Bitcoin right now. Just because I like to watch the ticks as we kind of go along. And guys, throughout all of this, I'll just kind of do Bitcoin very quick. Bitcoin still has not broken out. Let me see if I can actually find this in the 4-hour. You can see how it's trying to bounce off of this white line right here. Now, I don't know if it's going to do it or not. Maybe it'll fall down a little bit more before it goes up, but it still has a shot of breaking out over the next, how many hours enough? Just, let's say, 10 hours. So it's a good shot of breaking out up here. So, well, not a good shot, but it still has a chance. And that's what we're looking for. Because it already, if we were to go from here to here, it would have already broken down, but you see how it kind of went steady? That's one of the reasons I didn't think it was going to have a strong drop at these levels, but let me do this. There you are. So this is actually pretty interesting to watch right here. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, but yeah, so it still has some time. It still has some time left to really try to pop off here, but it has been interesting. Bitcoin is still struggling a little bit with this resistance level at 46,928. It looks like. So that's something we want to see. We need to see Bitcoin pick us up a little bit, even though these altcoin prices are starting to explode on us, which has been fantastic. And this goes back to some of the conversations we've had over the past few weeks. As I said, there's a reason why Bitcoin wasn't going up as much, is because everybody, all of us, me included, we were all loading up on altcoins and not Bitcoin, because we knew when everything started to rally again, we were going to have much more money coming in from altcoins than we were Bitcoin. And so far that has come to pass, you know, right? So this has been a good day for everybody. So I hope you guys have been making some good money so far. Let's see. Hey, Roman, do I think Bitcoin will hit 0.003 by the end of the year? I mean, I would say it's possible if this pace kept up, but I'm not entirely sure yet where Bitcoin is going to take us. We're going to have to take a breather for a little bit. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to want to consolidate for like maybe a while, but Bitcoin definitely has been pumping up a lot recently, and it definitely shows you that a lot of people are aware of its existence, and a lot of people think it's worth investing in, which has been pretty nice to see. Like I've been surprised about how fast BitTorrent has actually been going up so far. You know, again, like a couple weeks ago, I bought BitTorrent at less than 0.002, and now it's close to 0.005. That is something I did not expect to see so far. But it's definitely a possibility. High possibility, probably not, but it definitely has a possibility. What I would need to see is Bitcoin going up to all-time highs and all that other type of stuff to happen. But there's definitely a possibility that could happen. And it's not like it's, you know, a few weeks ago I would have said, you know, not a high chance. Now I could say, oh, definitely. You definitely could see something like that happening. There we go. Oh, missed something. Hey, Jack, my man. Hope you're having a good day. Hey, Joe, did I get a bear? I did not get a bear because I didn't get my tags in time, but my friend got a bear. I finally got my bear tags in yesterday. Yeah, I finally got. I got my Washington State access pass, so I can go on certain lands. I got a bear tag, a turkey tag, a second turkey tag, a cougar tag, a deer tag. A western elk tag, my catch and release report as far as salmon and those things, and what does this do? And my fishing pass that does migratory bird hunting authorization, my crab endorsement, my 2-pole endorsement, my annual fish, my small game license, and then my migratory bird permits. So I get to go freshwater, saltwater fishing, and I am allowed to use 2 poles as well. So I got the whole shebang as far as the outdoors coming up pretty soon, which means over the weekends I will be probably pretty preoccupied going up here in the next few months. But that's just because I'm going to be hunting and, you know, trying to get some meat. There we go. Let's see. Hey, Giovanni. Oh, yeah, here. I think you guys have probably told everybody by now, but just in case, I need to find a way for Nightbot to let people know automatically at 7 o'clock. Let me see. My channel. Everyone, if you guys can, go over here and say, hey, everyone. Alright, there you go. Oh, come on. Alright. Come on. Alright, there you go. And I can exit out of that one. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it is weird to have multiple streams. It's better because that way that stream never cuts off, and you guys always have a stream to go talk with each other in, and it helps me. Like I can just go on a stream whenever, and I don't have to. I can work from this computer at the same time, so it's like a win-win for me. Let's see. And there you go. Hey, the Diamond Life. Oh, I chose this title for a reason. I just remember now that it's not the 24/7 Dogecoin stream, and you know where I always talk about certain things. What not that's not right. Since it's not that same exact stream, I don't want to name it the same thing. So, you know, I can start naming them whatever I want. I can add a little bit of personality into the names of the stream, so which will be pretty fun. Let's see. Hey, Black Omen, hey Mike, hope you're doing well. Do you think an August 20 expiration date is too soon for Boeing calls? I was looking at 250 strike, go Doge. So you want to wait for it to break above first. I bought a couple. Boeing calls just to kind of see what happened. I only bought like I think it was just 8 or something like that. So I'm not really going heavy into it yet. But I'm waiting for that breakout. But you just asked for the August 20th. If you wanted to hold it for 1 or 2 days, yes. But I would say you want to wait for it to break out before you buy into it. You can you can buy one tomorrow, and if you don't want to wait for the breakout, you can try to ease into it, like buying one call a day. And if it keeps on going up, awesome, you're making money, right? And that might be a good idea. But yeah, the 20th. If you buy them on the 20th, you don't want to hold them for too long. But with the 250 strike price, that's still very close to where it could go. So you could definitely make some money off of that. But let's say it breaks out this Friday, and not tomorrow. Maybe you might want to look for the 27th, because it gives you the opportunity to watch it kind of rise over time, get in the money pretty fast, and just keep on going up and up and up. Somewhat of how my Apple calls were before. But yeah, it's not. You can definitely do both ways. The safer way is probably to go to the 27th. But if you're just going to hold it for 1 or 2 days and it breaks out tomorrow, then you can definitely go for that 20th, the 20th for the expiration date. Hey, Haram, trolls and bears are crying. Yes, they are. Hey, sit the F down gaming. That's fun to know. Where are the altcoins you own? I mean, I own a little, like everything on this list I own. Sol, STMX, EOS, XLM, ADA, Litecoin, ETC, BitTorrent, XRP, Ethereum, Matic, Dogecoin. I own a whole bunch of random coins from the list. Like, if you go over here and you go to like the 3rd page. No, sorry, excuse me, 4th page. I own about half of these with probably $50 in there. That I bought. When did I buy them? Let me see. Relative to Bitcoin, I bought them around here. I bought them around here. Not this little one, but more around here is where I bought them. And so they've all been doing pretty well. Some have actually down, right? But the majority of them had some fantastic returns so far. But I pretty much own about half of these ones. Well, not half. It's between pages 4 and 5. Anything under a penny, I own. Anything under a penny, I own. Like this, I own this coin. It's up. It's down today. In the last like 30 days, it's up 60%, right? So I'm up a little bit. Pack, I'm only up about 2%, right? So not that much. It's up a little bit today, but overall, it's not doing so great relative to everything else. This one's up 70. I'm using the 30 day because I've had them for about 30 days. This one's only up 19%, 40%. So this is where most of my money goes on to stuff like this. Oh, so see, it's not. No, I don't even own this stuff. Right? I own stuff like all the way up to here. So I only own Troy, XYO, Pack, and RDD. I don't even own anything that goes to a penny. I don't even own this stuff. This stuff is what I own. Go to the page 5. And then okay, here. NFT, DX, you can see how that one's only up about 7%. This one's down 32. DeFi, right? This is up 105%, 118%, 202%. I own everything that's like under a penny on these pages. Maybe I should have bought more, but and again, I only put down $200 about a pop for each one of these. Some of them I only put down $50. Like DeFi, I put down $200, so I probably lost a bit of money now. But everything else is looking okay. But these things kind of shift from page to page. Sometimes they'll be on page 4, sometimes they'll be on page 5, sometimes they'll be on page 6, right? But these all have very small market caps, so it's very easy to pump these things up, right? And these are things that I'm not really looking to sell on this bull run. There's something I'm just kind of holding for years. But yeah, so far I own a lot. You've heard me talk about this quite a bit. I like anything on after page 3 or 4 that's under a penny, and that kind of has an interesting name. It doesn't even have to have an interesting name to me all the time, but it just has to be cheap enough for people like, I want to buy it. And one of the reasons of that is because so many people, when they first start trading, they only know about the price and they have no idea what market cap is. and because they have no idea what market cap is, it allows that, like, they just start buying the cheapest stuff, waiting for it to explode, not really understanding that it's not just the price that matters; it's the market cap and how much money it takes to grow the price of that security or coin, I guess in this case. And Dogecoin's breaking through its resistance right here. Dogecoin's going up. Dogecoin's at 29 cents right now, guys. It's looking nice. And meanwhile, we're looking at Bitcoin. It's still trying to break out here, so let's give it some time. But let's hope that Bitcoin's able to make some good moves here. Hey, the Diamond Life. Shorts got caught with their pants down. Yes, they did. Hey, Jonathan. I wouldn't chase something like that, the IOTX. But if you were in it, it would definitely be a good time to start scaling out of a position like that. Wow, yeah, Coinbase can be a powerful thing, especially for something that's not as well known. But yeah, that definitely, if you wanted to day trade it, seems like it'll have some increased volatility for you to make some plays. Now, I don't know if it's falling, probably not falling Bitcoin if it's up 164%. So I definitely say, yeah, go for it. You can definitely day trade it, possibly swing trade it for like a day or so, but don't be careful about logging it because eventually it's gonna come back down and breathe a little bit. Oh, excuse me, guys. There we go. Hey, Alexia's son, you're here. Hey, there we go. I'm glad you guys came over from the other stream. I know it's a weird thing. I need to. I'll have a little text on the stream saying, hey, I go live on channel or on stream 2 or whatever. At 7 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Pacific time. That way you guys know, that I'm gonna be on and doing another stream. So happy to see you here. Hey, Keegan. Yeah, Michael, my BitTorrent looking great. How does the chart look to you? The chart looks fine with BitTorrent. Let me see if I can pull it up right here for you. Let's go to the day chart. It's been humming. It broke its level of resistance over here. Oh, yeah, I forgot this is a different quadrant, so it's not going to have it. But I had this as level of resistance, and it popped above it earlier today, so that's kind of nice to see. And then now what we're looking for BitTorrent really is to... possibly these lows because they had a double right here, 1, 2 bouncing off of it. Really, the level of resistance is about 0.0057. Now, will we get that? That's a lot of straight up green, but this thing has definitely had some nice pop off so far. Let me see anything else really blocking the way here. Maybe this one right here. Yeah, 1, 2 right there. So it is heading for another level of resistance right here, but overall, still looks fantastic. I like this a lot. And it never got back down to here to another bounce. I was going to try to buy some more if it bounced back down here, but definitely did not do this. BitTorrent may even be looking for a golden cross, similar to what Bitcoin's looking at right here. See, go to the day chart. Bitcoin, the 50-day moving average is definitely climbing pretty fast. Not as fast as the 20, obviously, but we may see something good happen here. And it's bouncing above the 200-day moving average. Looks like right now, if we kind of have a naked Bitcoin chart in front of us, it's trying to bounce and it's trying to hold over the 200-day moving average. So that may be a level of support all within itself for us to watch. Go back over here to Doge, but I'm still happy about BitTorrent. I'm like you guys know how much I love BitTorrent. I've talked about it for a while. Ever since I started the stream. I didn't think it was gonna grow this fast after percentage wise for crazy gains. I bought a lot of BitTorrent. I bought BitTorrent at the all-time highs because I was just nibbling on it the whole time. But I got my average really far down by making a bulk purchase. But yeah, I'm as surprised as most of you guys about how fast it's gone up, which has been nice to see, right? Hey, Robert, do you have a permit to hunt crypto? I do not, but I can definitely hunt bears. I can definitely hunt bears and stop those shorts from attacking us a little bit. Hey, thanks, Delilah. I appreciate it. Hey, Jonathan Hacker returned the $613 million he stole today. What? Oh my gosh, why? Thoughts on ACH? Let me see. Somebody asked about this yesterday. 9 cents. I mean, it looks okay. I wouldn't really put a lot of money into this one right here. Looks like it's kind of pulling a little stagnant. Let's see, this is back in August. Yeah, okay. August early. Flying Bitcoin a little bit. Right here, pumped up really fast. Yeah, I wouldn't put a whole bunch of money into it, but it's definitely something. It's definitely an okay play if you wanted to maybe put a few $100 in it as a swing trade here for potential gains with Bitcoin. And it looks like it's kind of lagging behind a lot of the coins as far as percentage gain, so I might actually have a little more might have a little more pop left in it. Where can you buy this one at? You can buy it on Coinbase. Confidence moderate. I like how Coinbase is a moderate confidence. But yeah, it looks fine to me. I don't see any major problems here. It kind of got pumped up a little bit. It's coming down a little bit now, so this is a decent price to be buying into it after it's kind of had its big spike and it's come down just a tad here. What I would do though is you can see there's going to be a trend line from here to here. I'd probably be cautious about it falling below that trend line. That might be a stop loss, but besides that, you should be fine. There we go. Hey, thoughts on Bitcoin SV? I think it's fine. I don't actually own any of it, but I think it'll be fine in the long run. I don't know. The name just never really got to me for some reason. A lot of what I buy has to do with the name and the social media effect of it. But I think it's fine as an investment. It's just not something that wows me, if that makes sense. Right here. Do I own any meme coins specifically from the Binance blockchain? Not really. I mean, I just go into CoinMarketCap.com. I don't go off of the blockchains. I don't go off of all that type of stuff. I just look for coins that are extremely cheap relative to like how people think, because they don't really think about the market cap. And I look for them on page 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's usually my sweet spot. But for you guys, I'd probably say go to page 4 and 5 because there's less risk over there. But I find coins that are under a penny, and I see, hey, is their name pretty interesting, or is something okay with them? You know, can this be shared on social media? And for instance, like there's a few coins that talk about like that have names that kind of represent like R-rated content. That's not something I would invest in because it'd be very hard for that thing to really pop. For me at least, the way I want it to for the long-term longevity. But yeah, I just find stuff that's cheap. And people usually buy it the same because they again, when you're a new trader, you don't think about the market cap. A new trader doesn't think about market cap. A new trader only thinks about the price of the security or the coin or whatever they're trying to buy. And that's just because of lack of education on how to trade securities, right? Hey Deepak, hope you're having a good time in India. Let's see. Hey, Lollipop, 30 cents incoming. Ooh, I hope you're right there. Hey, Giovanni, I'm losing my... There you go. Hey, Kevin, Reddit's down. Oh my gosh, they're getting Reddit down. There we go. All right. We're right here. I like Matic as a long-term hold, but I prefer it as a swing trade for me. Just because Matic, if I was to go and say, hey, I want to do some day trading, which I normally don't do, I'd be like, okay, Matic is the one I want to play because normally Matic is pretty simple. It's in the dollar range, which means I can easily follow the percentages in my head without having to rely on a calculator or anything like that. It's very nice. I like Matic a lot. Hey, Keegan, Michael, what do you buy these coins at? It all depends. So if I were to go to CoinMarketCap.com, it actually tells you where you can buy each of these coins. I usually go somewhere with the highest confidence. So let's go right here. Let's go to price. All right. And let's say I wanted to get this NFT one. I own this one, but let's just say I'm trying to buy it. What I would do is I'd go down, and you see all the markets where I can buy them. All the markets where I can buy them. In this instance, I think I got them from KuCoin, because KuCoin is where I usually buy them first. If I can't buy them there, I don't know. I just have to go down each one of these lists and see if what's in America. But most of the time, KuCoin has a lot of the coins I'm looking for, especially the really cheap ones. There you go. And all I'm looking for is that it has a medium or a high confidence, and I'm fine with that. I don't go off of low confidence, and I want a little bit of liquidity in here. You can see that KuCoin has 104 liquidity, while this Polynex one only has about 25 liquidity. You know, you just want it to be high confidence or medium confidence and decent liquidity over here. And for me, decent liquidity is anything over like probably 50 or 60. Let's see. But yeah, That's usually how I find where to go. Sometimes I have a whole bunch of apps on my phone as I try to do it. Sometimes the fees are pretty crazy, so I'll just like, okay, it's not worth it because of the fees and stuff like that. Or most of the time I just pay the crazy fees that some of these places have just because I'm holding it for a long time and I just don't care. But if the fees are pretty high, maybe I won't buy $200 worth. Maybe I'll buy $100 worth, so I don't have to spend all the money in the fees, right? There we go. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a little backed up with the comment section here. Article about Ethereum passes Bitcoin on Coinbase in trading volume for the first time ever. Ooh. Well, guys, we all love Ethereum more than Bitcoin. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a fact right now. We're all waiting for Ethereum to reach 4,000 bucks, right? There we go. And just for funds, I will put up 30 cents here for you guys. There we go. 30 cents, and I'll make it a... Let's make it a green line. Let's make it a little thicker. There we go. And that's that 30-cent line right there that Dogecoin's going to try to pass here, hopefully, in the next few hours or so. Or maybe the next few minutes. This is a 5-minute chart, isn't it? Jeez. There we are. Let's see. Hey, I did hear about the Poly Network hacker. Yeah, I'm really disappointed at him for returning the money. Let's see. Hey, no worries, buddies. I know, it's weird having multiple streams right here. Let's see. Thoughts on Tezos? What is Tezos? $3.60. Market cap is pretty small. Let's see right here. Now, for this, I wouldn't be buying it at right now, but it definitely looks okay. It's definitely grown a lot with Bitcoin. And right now is not really the time to be buying large positions. If you wanted to enter this position, I'd say probably wait a little bit, but you could definitely take little nibbles here and there, like a few bucks here, a few bucks here, a few bucks here, a few bucks here. That's probably a best bet for hopping into something like this. It looks like it just broke resistance of its own a while ago, probably around like $3 and I don't know, what is this? $3.51. It's still above that quite a bit, so it does have a little bit more room to go higher. So I think this is still a good play. You just want to be, if you're buying any crypto at these levels and just kind of opening a new position and you don't want it to go red, you got to be watching this stuff like a hawk. Take your small profit off of it and just walk away eventually with stuff like this. But yeah, it looks like a fine play. It looks like it just broke resistance. So this thing definitely has a little bit more room to run here. There we go. Hey, buddy, so I'm at 1,200 bucks on Doge now. Hey, there you go, there you go. Hey, and guys, for those of you guys that have held through all this crap and you guys are just trying to break back even, you know, so far I'm hoping that you guys are glad that you guys were able to hold a little bit longer. I know some of you guys couldn't hold because you needed the money for rent or whatever, but for those of you guys who kind of, you know, only invested what you could lose, you're having a much better time of it than a lot of other people. So that just keep that in mind as well. Oh, excuse me. See. Hey Henry, is there a golden cross on Doge? Let me see. Nope. Dogecoin actually never had a Dogecoin never had a, I don't want to say this, never had a death cross, right? The whole time that Dogecoin was going up, the 50-day moving average actually never crossed below the 200-day moving average, so it actually never had a death cross. So the only way it can have a golden cross now is if it actually would do a death cross first and then go into a bullish cross. So this might be something very interesting that we just haven't seen for a while, because a lot of other coins had the death cross, right? I think if we go over to Ethereum right here, you can see how Ethereum is trying to break out of this flag right here too. But you see how those go really close into here. I was looking at this earlier. Death cross for Ethereum on the way up, and you saw it just kept on ripping. So a death cross turned into a golden cross, and now, you know, now it's humming on the golden cross right here as it's trying to break out right here. And you guys can see a pretty, you guys can see somewhat of a flag right here where there's a shape going up and a little flat line up here where it popped off of. But yeah, there's no golden cross on Dogecoin, at least right now, because it never had that bearish death cross. There we go there. Yeah, that should work out. Hey, Daniel Lamb. Hope you've been having a really good day. Really good day. Hey, everyone. A lot of going on today. For real. And this just started the past couple hours. So it's only been 2.5 hours, I believe, since the new day started. And everything's been popping off. BitTorrent's up about 9. Matic is up about 8. Doge is up about 10. You know, a lot of stuff's happening. And Ethereum Classic is up 7, right? So a lot of good stuff happening right now. This is actually pretty exciting. We haven't seen some good days like this in a while. And it's good to see a whole bunch of morale and everything like that happening, right? Hey, Christine. Kraken is down. You can't get the page load. I'm betting that a lot. I'm surprised Voyager is still up at this point. That's what I'm surprised. Let me see. Let me double check to make sure Voyager's up. Let's see. Why isn't that loading? Okay, there we go. Alright. Yeah, surprisingly, Voyager's doing fine with me so far. So, Voyager's fine. Let me go over here to, Nope, I don't, nope. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's not working for me, so, I'm talking about Kraken. Let's see. Hey, Ghostwriter. Well, guys, my husband had to tell me he made 8,000 profit listening to me hold his Doge. Hey, there you go. That 8,000 bucks can buy a lot of good stuff right there. Here, wait, let's see. You guys can go out for a second honeymoon. Hey, Rodriguez, go Doge. There we go. Let's see. Hey, Henry. Yeah, so there can be a lot of small death crosses and golden crosses. When it comes to charting, like maybe if you look at it on the 5-minute chart, there's a lot more crosses, right? But the way I use a death cross or a golden cross, I usually only use it in referring to the day charts. Some people use it for everything. That's fine. I think the majority of people use it for everything. I just, in my weird way, I just use the death cross really and the golden cross only on the day chart. And that it's not right or wrong. It's just how I do it. But you can always, like if I were to go to the 4-hour chart on Dogecoin. There was definitely a death cross on the 4-hour chart way back over here in May. And it never recouped until right here. And you saw right as it crossed on the 4-hour chart for Doge, boom. Boom. Right on the pop-off. Like really just popped off like crazy. And that's something actually I didn't notice until now because I normally don't look at the 4-hour chart on Dogecoin. So you see right there as the death cross, the golden cross, not the golden cross. The 50-day moving average, the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart crossed above the 200 moving average. You saw just like that pop out of nowhere. It's crazy how stuff like that lines up. And there we go. If only I wasn't on vacation, I'd be able to point at the stuff a little bit better. But I definitely needed that vacation. You guys have no idea. I was like a walking, I don't know what you want to call it, walking tired person. Let's see. Chat, let the stream, let's FOMO commence. Yeah, there's a lot of FOMO going on right now, guys. And part of the reason that we've been buying on those dips and everything like that is so we don't have to really worry about a buy-in spot here for a lot of these coins, right? You guys bought a whole bunch. You guys have to chill, right? And you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about the next dip, right? There's always going to be somebody asking for, hey, when's the next dip? I missed it. Well, the reason that you guys are making so much money off of this, especially if you guys bought these lows, is because you guys had the ability to buy when there was still a chance it would go lower, and you took a risk, and that risk is definitely paid off. But that's, you have to believe in crypto to buy at those rates. You can hype because you might have to hold them for a long time, but in this case, you didn't have to hold it for a long time. Like the max, I think most people would have held it was for like 60 days, maybe 80 days, something like that. This is a pretty fast rebound as far as the crypto world. But part of that is because of the manipulation that crypto has, and I'm wondering if the banks got their fill of crypto, if they were able to buy a whole bunch of it, and now we may start to see over the next year or so more more exchanges kind of hopping up on the market, exchanges that are run by banks. Now, I'm already kind of hesitant about an exchange run by a bank, not because it's by a bank, but it's because a lot of times banks don't have the best user interface, and it can be very nasty. And I'm not talking about things like TD Ameritrade or Schwab, or whose business is being a broker. I'm talking about those type of exchanges kind of built off the Chase app, the Wells Fargo app, those type of things. They're always a little iffy. I tried to use the Chase app, and I put down like $500 to kind of play around with it. It was the worst thing I've ever experienced as far as a banking trading system. It was just, gosh, it was atrocious. Things weren't loading. I would try to buy it, it said I didn't have enough money, even though I clearly had enough money to buy. It was glitching. I'd push a button to just turn to a white screen. So it was crazy, and I couldn't do that because if I'm trading options, I need to be able to sell what I need to sell. I need to be able to buy what I want to buy, and I can't do that if the app is just freaking out on me, right? Here. What is that support line on Dogecoin? 0.28922. 0.28922 is the support currently for Dogecoin. Oh, do I think Dogecoin is going to go over 30, Rodriguez? I mean, we can if Bitcoin can freaking break out, I think it's totally possible that we go over 30 cents tonight. Maybe even head into the 32, 33 cent territory. Now, 33 is my high of where I think Dogecoin may go by the end of the week, but I may be completely wrong with that, and it may just keep on having these crazy pops day after day as long as Bitcoin still is trying to break out here. And if Bitcoin is able to break out, that could be something fantastic for a lot of altcoins. I mean, you think altcoins have moved now? Wait for Bitcoin to head into the $50,000 range. FOMO galore, FOMO galore. And remember, during times of increased FOMO, that's usually where you start to scale out and you start to take your profits. But right now, because the market is kind of so hyped up, you don't really have to do that to the same degree. But you got to make sure that you understand we've gone up really high, really fast. And if you're swing trading, not long-term holding, if you're swing trading, it's okay to take a little bit of your profits here and maybe move them around into different coins and stuff like that, right? Hey, Dilly, walking zombie is what you're looking for? Exactly, walking zombie. Yeah, I definitely did that vacation quite a bit. Right here. Right here. Stream in and out. What's in and out? Oh, my stream's breaking up a little bit, guys. I'm sorry about that. I do not know how to fix that right now. It might be because I'm actually putting too much. It says my bitrate is too high. Maybe I should lower my bitrate here next time I do my stream. There we go. But thanks for letting me know. Oh, and guys, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps out the channel a lot. And please consider liking the video because, just to show your support. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys a lot. Alright, what is your target price to sell BitTorrent? I'm not selling BitTorrent until, like, I'm trying to hold BitTorrent for, like, 4 to 5 years. So I have a price target by then of, like, $1. If it can hit $1 in the 4 to 5 years, I'll sell it all, and I'll be very happy with it. I'll sell 80% of my BitTorrent, and I'll see where it goes from there. But I'm not really looking to sell it for a while. Maybe short term from a year or two, maybe it'll hit maybe 10 to 20 cents or something like that, and on a crazy bull run, and that's when I would maybe consider selling off a little bit, then buying back down, buying some more coins. But I really don't think I'm going to take profits off of BitTorrent for quite a bit of time here. Maybe if BitTorrent goes back down to 0.003, I'll take some profits and just buy back down to a lower price, but that's really far away from where it is right now, right? But I'm really wanting to hold BitTorrent for as long as possible, aka like 4 to 5 years, really. But yeah, for that 4 to 5 years, I'm hoping that BitTorrent can reach about $1 or so. Let's see. There we go. Stream's good. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys are, most of you guys are having a good stream quality then. Let's see. Hey, Henry, thanks for the Death Golden Cross info. That 4th cross in May was insane. Exactly. It is interesting to see how stuff like that pops up. So that's why I tell you guys a lot. I can only show you guys so many charts because, I'm streaming and I only have about an hour to like 2 hours to kind of talk with you guys. But, what do you call it? don't be afraid to just look up a coin and just see what's going on with it. It could be a total random coin. You guys have a lot of coins to choose from on the 4th and 5th pages. Well, you know, for the first 10 pages of CoinMarketCap.com, you have a lot of coins to choose from, and I mean a lot of coins. You don't just have to buy coins that are under a penny. That's just something I do. You can buy coins that just have a low market cap, which can be anything from 4, 5, and 6, all the way to 10, right? Excuse me. But this has definitely been a good week for crypto, good couple weeks for crypto, actually. I was almost a little upset because I was able to check out my crypto every now and again as far as when I was on my vacation, but I wasn't able to really do much with it or really do too much charting because my service was so bad out there. But, of course, I wasn't really trying to work too hard on my vacation. Let's see. Hey, opinion on NSC option calls, please. $265. So it looks like you caught a breakout. Looks pretty nice. Dividends are ended and it still stayed up, which is a good sign. So if you're going to attack this, I don't know when the expiration dates are. I don't know if they're weeklies or not. But you'd want to have maybe a 270 strike price. And you want to buy these from maybe 2 to 3 weeks out and just kind of hold and let them grind up. Especially if the market's going to keep on going to these all-time highs here. They do railroads. So as long as the infrastructure deal doesn't really hit too many hiccups, this can keep going up. The only thing about this being a railroad play here is it's probably going to get some good money from the infrastructure bill. So if there's a debacle, maybe progressives start saying, hey, we don't want to support this bill after all, and Republicans like, we don't want to support it either now, or if there's if there's some craziness happening with the infrastructure bill, this may lead to this being a little bit bouncy. But as long as everything's kind of going smooth in Congress, this should be a really good play, and it closed above the 50-day moving average as well. So definitely take a look at this 270 strike price, maybe 2 to 3 weeks out. You can even go a little bit higher if you want to, if you wanted to save a little bit of money. The more out of the money you're buying a strike price, usually the less time you want to hold it. That way, theta doesn't start taking the value down over time. But yeah, looks fantastic. You found a really good play right here, Heaton. Very, very good play here. A solid breakout, broke out today, so you can see how it performs tomorrow. And if for some reason tomorrow is having a really bad day, just don't buy it, or you can take a nibble of it. But this is, it closed above the 50. It's looking pretty good. It's pressing pretty hard against the Bollinger Band right here, so looks good to me. And that's a fantastic play right there. And it's going to move a lot in dollar amounts, right? So you're going to be looking at a good percentage profit if it continues to go up from here. All right, there we go. There you go, right here. I'm gonna make that a little bit right there. Oh, I need to move this right here. Alright. There we go. Okay. Hey, Josh. What's up, Michael and all Dogecoin? Hey, not much. We're enjoying the ride on this one. We're seeing Bitcoin. Let me go to the 15-minute or the 5-minute for Bitcoin here. We're seeing Bitcoin continue to climb up here. We're seeing Dogecoin take a little bit of a dip, but that's fine. Dogecoin's up 10% in the last 2.5 hours. We're not going to be complaining about that. But we're waiting for Bitcoin to still break above this resistance here at about 46,928, and it's having some trouble with it. It came back down to the white line, that's fine, but we wanted to kind of keep on climbing up here, which is something we all really need in order to keep these prices kind of going at these crazy. We want to keep these crazy profits that we're seeing right now. There we are right here. And make a little move. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Hey, so I'll buy the dip at 0.228. Oh, yeah, geez. I mean, this is where you would consider, as long as it stays above this 20 right here, this would be a good bounce-off play if you wanted to do a little bit of a scalp. Let's see. Well, if it's able to hold. You'd have a very tight stop-loss on that one, though. Hey, Christine. Dip for me. I know everybody's waiting for a dip right now. What do we got? Dogecoin's up about 9%. Matic is up about 7%. Ethereum's up about 2.5%. XRP's up 3%. BitTorrent's up about 8.5 now. Ethereum Classic is up 7. We're seeing altcoins take a little bit of a dip here, but it's something subtle like this. It's nothing like crazy of a dip, right? Hey, Josh, green helicopter. There we go. I know. Where's Windmoon when you need him? He should be out here pumping everything. Let's see. We're finally in the turkey zone. Hold strong. I know. Let me go over here very fast. I'm going to do something on my end. Let me see. I need to switch to a different song or a different station. Happy EDM. There we go. And just do one more thing here. There we go. Okay, perfect. There you go. So it keeps on saying my stream's bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. They recommend I use a bitrate of 2500, and that's not going to happen. Hey, Invest22, I can look at one of them. I can look at PG for you very fast. Procter & Gamble. Let's see. Yeah, this was the real breakout right here. And it looks like it's been doing very well so far. If I'm looking at this, be careful of hopping into something like this because you are kind of chasing the kind of the leftovers of it. But if it's able to break out above this right here, maybe you can take a small position for maybe a 1 or 2 day hold if you really wanted to. But just understand the right time to buy was around here. You would have ridden it up to here. Probably sold some right here, sold some right here, some right here, and as hard as it take that made that dip, you probably would have exited your position with a pretty sizable gains and then kind of walked away, because you would have made it maybe 138 all the way up to 142, yeah, or maybe even 141 is probably a better place. You would have made some decent profit off of those ones. But yeah, if you wanted to hop into this one, you'd want to be buying it if it made this small breakout, but you'd only want to be holding it for maybe a day, maybe 2 days, maybe even less than a day if you were able to day trade your options right there. Let me go right here back to Doge very fast. There we go. All right. Hey, Christine, 17 cents was the loading zone. I'm just playing around. Oh, I know, right? That was a crazy loading zone. I didn't even get the good cents at 17 cents, the good buying at 17 cents. I bought most of my Dogecoin, well, the extra Dogecoin that I got, I bought it all around 18 cents. I also bought some at 27, 25, 22, 20, but I had already sold those ones off when I had that had that crazy reversal. The most of those were swing trades. The only ones I've been holding so far are those 18-cent ones that I bought. So far, they've been having some good returns, right? Let's see. Hey, crypto. He has an important message actually here. Careful of scalping. Got to figure out how to your exchange pads the price and buys and sells. Yeah, you guys got to make sure that your whatever exchange you guys are using, that the spreads aren't too wild. A lot of times with spreads, they can be super far apart. So even if you scalp, you're losing money just off the spreads. Even if you have a limit order. They will artificially increase the spread just so they're making money off of you. For every single transaction you do, they're going to make a good sized chunk of it. Hey, Invest22, I'm glad you took your profits, man. I'm happy for you. Hey, Vince, Moderna. Let's see. What is Moderna's? There you go. mRNA. I had watched this for a little bit here. short of 5. 6, 445. Okay. I just want to see why it crashed. Let's see. Oh, I guess getting the Moderna vaccine, you can get an allergic skin reaction, a kidney inflammation, or a renal disorder. That last one kind of seems a little scary. Oh, and they're just thinking about the side effects. So, it's a little bit of a hiccup. You could definitely go back into it expecting that it would probably go back up as long as none of these are actually real side effects of the vaccine. But, you'd want to wait for a clear opportunity, like a clear breakout of it. If I'm looking over here and I'm looking at the day chart, what do you really have to work with here? You really don't have much to work with because of how fast this kind of blew up here. I mean, yeah, there's not really much you can do on this chart. Let me see. Yeah, this thing is, I mean, just look how fast that thing climbed up. It can definitely go down just as fast. So, if you wanted to, you could try to play a bounce off of the 20-day moving average here. But I would only do small positions on this one, honestly, just because of how crazy the news has dropped this thing down. I wouldn't even try to buy options on it because, I mean, if you wanted to buy options, only buy 1 or 2. Because if it went down 71%, if you bought a call yesterday, there's a chance your call lost like 80% of its value today. I mean, maybe even 99% of your value if you bought it really far out of the money. So actually, yeah, it's very likely that you lost about 90 to 99% of your value if you bought a call option yesterday, just from that $71. That's a lot of money is going down the tank. So be very cautious about this one. I'd wait till it levels off a little bit. I would assume that if it's going to go down even more, it would create some type of a pennant in order to come back up later on. And I'd wait for that breakout before buying instead of just kind of buying when we don't exactly have any pattern here to look at. But this is definitely something you could definitely add onto your watch list. But what you want to do is you'd actually want to be watching the news. So for this one, you want to say you'd probably want to go to save to portfolio, save it on your portfolio, and then when you head over to your portfolio later on, you'll see a whole bunch of news on everything that you're currently in, right? And that'd be the way to play Moderna right there. All right. Oh, sorry guys, it kind of blocked a little bit here. Hey Christine, yeah, it can be hard to find the right time to buy and to sell. I tend to buy after a few bad red days, and I tend to sell whenever my price target is hit. It's a lot easier to sell than what it is to buy. Buying, you have to kind of go against the grain. It's like, oh my gosh, it's going down. Oh my gosh, are we going to hit 5 cents on Dogecoin? All this type of stuff, right? But selling is, hey, you have a price target before you even pull the trigger on buying it, right? And then hey, this is what we're going to sell. For instance, on the last bull run, I sold my like half of my Dogecoin at 50 cents. It went up to 70 cents. It went up to like high 60s, whatever. But I had sold a half of my position at 50 cents because that's what my plan was in the beginning, and I was looking to sell the rest of it around 80 cents to $1. Now that never happened, of course, after the SNL disaster. But you get my point. It's a lot easier for me to sell than it is to buy. Hey Keegan, Michael, how have you been? It's been a minute. I'm doing pretty well. Pretty busy with like family life, helping take care of my mom. She had a couple appointments today. I'm going to be making more videos for you guys here pretty soon, so I'm pretty excited about that one. I'm trying to do TikTok videos again, but I'm not entirely sure how I do those. I'm not really the best at it. But I'm going to try to make better videos on TikTok here pretty soon. Most of my TikTok content will probably be option flow data. That way you guys can see, hey everybody, guess what the hedge funds just bought? Blah, 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 right? And that'll be a pretty easy way to do it. Hey, Salty, I like Tilray as a long-term hold. but I'm not really swing trading, or I'm not really doing much day trading on it. Tilray is just a long-term hold because I know over time it'll have some great returns. Actually, that's the same with Plug Power as well. I like Plug as a longer-term hold and not so much of a day trade. But I do think it's worth swing trading actually. Hey Armez, can you take a look at Plug Power? Yeah, hold on one second. And thank you very much for the super chat, man. Let's go to Plug. So you can see how it's broken out a little bit, but it hasn't really done much since. I guess, well, it had one good day of going up a little bit, but I wouldn't trade options on this just because it's less than $50, excuse me. You're not really going to see massive gains on it. Let me see, unless you're buying with a very late expiration date. So it's been rejected from the 50-day moving average here, even though it's broken out. So what might happen here is it might need to bounce around for a little bit longer before having a larger breakout, which means this white line may have been a false breakout right here. If you're looking at this white line right here. What I would do is I would wait to see if it can hold above this line right here for a little bit, and if it, I would probably try to buy some of these on the next breakout here. Let me see if I can where's the end of this white line? There we are. Eventually it should bounce around and do some stuff, but if I can adjust the line right there, now we have to wait for it to break out above that. That'll be another chance for you to make some money. You could have made money off of this one, but just not a lot. So you would have been okay, but you know, most of the time you would have held past. You would have held over here and probably lost money afterwards, right? And if it's able to break out of this one this time, it should be able to break above this 50-day moving average, which should give it a good pace right here, which would be a good signal as well. Because again, if it's able to break out here and it's able to kind of again go over the 50-day moving average, then you get into the territory within a month. It could possibly have a golden cross where the 50-day moving average pops above the 200-day moving average here. So that's what I'd really be waiting for. If you want to be super safe, you can wait for that to happen, or you can just try to buy again after this breakout right here, since it had a false breakout because of, if I zoom in here a little bit more, the 50-day moving average was getting pushed. You see how it got rejected from it? It tried, it wasn't able to close above it. It tried again today, it was not able to close above it, but it was saved by the 20-day moving average right here. So, but it looks fine as a play. It's definitely something you can add to your watch list. I own this as a long-term hold, but if you wanted to swing trade it, you'd want to be waiting for this breakout as well as breaking out above the 50-day moving average here. And there we go. Why is all the music so mysterious? I just want something like, you know, move a little bit too. And that should do the trick. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, I'm getting a whole bunch of messages here. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. I'm gonna time this guy. Guys, don't spam. It gets you put in timeout. Do not, yeah, don't spam, guys. All right. Hey, Heaton, regretfully, this options on NSC do not have a favorable spread. Ooh, that sucks. Well, something you can do if you have Robinhood, you can try to buy some fractional shares and just see if your theory pans out, though. That'll be a good idea. So when you try it out over and over again later on, you'll have a good chance of making money. And there are times where you don't always have to buy options. You can just buy fractional shares, or you can just buy the shares themselves. But that's more of like once you have a little bit more money to kind of throw around in the market. But you could definitely still do a paper trade on it, whether you can do a paper trade on Webull or if on Finviz if you wanted to. I've shown you how to do that, and that may be a good idea for you as well, just to see like, hey, I'm thinking about this breakout. I saw this breakout. According to what I've learned so far, it should kind of go up a little bit more as long as everything's kind of stable with it. And then just see if your prediction was right, though. Even if you can't buy the options to make money off of it, I think it's still worth your time to kind of practice with and say like, would it have made me money, if it had a more favorable spread, right? Or if you want to, what you can do is, there was something in my brain that I just kind of forgot. Yeah, but I would say do that. That's probably your best bet right there. Sorry, I kind of my brain kind of turned off for a second. Hey, Brian, I haven't heard anything about Harvest Finance. Sorry, my man. Oh, hey, Steve. Hey, Mike made bank from a cat call today, but has major resistance at 221, 222. Rejected several times today and lines up with prior resistance. Ended up selling extra calls I got due to rejections. Hey, well, I'm happy you made some good money today, my man. You made bank. Hey, cat went crazy. And you guys found that one before I did. I've been on vacation, obviously, but it was on my list that I showed you guys today, but I know it was a little behind, right? Let me see. I'll be looking at more breakouts. I'm actually gonna make another breakout video sometime tonight to post tomorrow, or I'll make them tomorrow after I'm done streaming in the morning. That's a better way to say it. They're not going to be as fancy as they were before because I want you guys to get the information as fast as possible. And by adding all the extra stuff, it really just doesn't. I mean, it looks nice. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely want you guys to have the information faster rather than in a more pretty way. There we go. But congrats on the cat, dude. I'm guessing, what was your percentage return on that one? Because that seems like that would be a great percentage, great returns. Hey, Bill. Robinhood stated Genus breaks bullish through a pattern. I didn't see any price change. Can you explain Robinhood's reason for posting the statement? Thanks a lot. I haven't played with Genus in a while. The last time I traded Genus was, I think, like last April. It was definitely a while. Okay, so they posted it because it broke out of a bullish trend. So technically it's bullish, but it had a false breakout, and that's why they posted it. So if I was to go over here to Genus, let's see right here. Let's see. If I was to go over here to Genus, sorry, so I was finding my Snapchat at me. What they're talking about is this. See this breakout right here? Oop, excuse me. So it broke out of the downtrend right here. It looks pretty nice. But you see what happened? It ran into the 200-day moving average here and was pushed back down because of that. And now it's on the verge of going back down and being a false breakout. And I think part of the reason is that not just the 200-day moving average right here and the 50 above it. You do see how there's earnings coming up August 16th. And the last earnings report, if I can pull it up right here, they lost $401 million. $401 million. $401 million last quarter, or no, in 2020. There should be a way to go quarterly. There we go. In quarter two, and last quarter they lost $76 million. So excuse me, back in quarter two, when the pandemic started, $383 million. But this one right now, the last quarter they lost $76 million. So I'm assuming that their losses might increase here pretty soon. Let's see, quarter one, 2021, total liabilities, total assets. So their assets are going up, but their revenue really isn't doing anything crazy. So yeah, so that's what happened. It was a factually correct statement, but whoever wrote it really didn't look at the technicals on it, and it was like, hey, you don't want to buy a breakout if it's running into a major level of resistance right off the bat. That's not usually the best sign. That means it needs a little bit more time to kind of relax, if you will, right? But that's why they said it. So it was a true statement, but it ended up being proved, like it ended up probably costing some people some money. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, hold on a second. Let's see. Hey, Joni, stay hydrated. I know, right? Funny enough, I'm drinking lemonade. I took a nap and I woke up at 6:30, half an hour before this stream, and I was kind of like I was extremely groggy, like half awake. And a cold cup of lemonade always shocks my system awake, shocks it awake, and so I have some lemonade right now. Hey Alex, can you please make a tutorial video about Webull? I can definitely do that. Let me see. Let me take a quick peek at Webull and how it kind of operates here. Now I've used Webull a lot, but there's a lot of stuff I haven't been able to use in Webull, so you know what I could do? I could make a series off of Webull. I wouldn't make one monster video because it'd be very tedious and it would be very complicated. But what I can do is I can probably do one video on watch list and how to use that page. One page on the market, like maybe 2 videos on the market page. One would be about United States, you know, and then one would be about crypto. Then I'd have one about your overall like platform right here. I did not know I have open positions on Webull right now. Okay, whatever. I have something that's up 10%. I'm just like, what the heck is this? Sorry. I didn't know I had open positions. But anyway, I could do one about the individual, the assets, the profit loss, orders, transfers, and all that other type of stuff. And I can go through a lot of. There's so much stuff in here that's really crazy. But yeah. Let me do that for you guys. I'll also do one on community and the messages, but those will be much shorter videos. But yeah, I can definitely do a video about that. There's so much stuff that Webull has, even going into the paper trading and everything like that. But I can probably get started on that. Maybe, let's say this weekend I'll kind of lay the groundwork, and I can probably have the first video up by maybe Monday, which will just be the watch list video. The only thing, guys, you guys can help me answer this in the comments. Do you guys mind, because everything is mobile through Webull, right? Do you guys mind if the format of the video looks something like what I posted today with one of my shorts? It would look something more of this effect. It would look something more like this, right? So while you're watching on a desktop, oh, we don't need to look at all that, but it would look more like this right here. But it would look clean and crisp because it's just a screen capture. Or would you rather I try to make this outside black? I don't know. It would look all the same. No, I'll make it this way because if you guys are watching it mobile, it'll fit perfectly on your phone. So I'll just use it this way. I'll just use it this way. But yeah, so I can definitely get started on it this weekend for you. And Alex, thank you very much for the $3 super chat. I really do appreciate it, my man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. I'll make sure to let's see. There you go. I like seeing those little things go. Hey, and thanks, Eric, for subscribing, my man. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, Eric, for subscribing as well. If it lets me do it. There we go. All right. Let's see. Hey, yeah, you can ask again. Let's see. BLL. Ball Corporation. Yep, here's another one that just broke out. Be careful of the dividends heading up at the beginning of September here, but that's a while away. That's, the 31st of August. That's more than 15 days away, so you should be fine. This thing has really popped off the last few days. It's above the 200-day moving average. You're seeing everything move up pretty fast. I don't know what the news is that's been kind of pushing this up. But yeah, but this could definitely be a good play. I would probably buy a strike price of $92 to $94 and probably buy them for about 2 weeks out and just kind of hold for maybe 3 days and see where it goes. And if it's still looking okay at 3 days, you might want to start scaling off of those positions. But yeah, this is another good breakout play. There's a lot of stuff breaking out right now, and this is why I don't like going on vacations, because I missed out on so many breakouts. But you see what happens. I come back, and there's still more breakouts to happen. So this is definitely another good find, A-Heat. Another good find. And hopefully the spread on this one is a little bit better. Just a little bit better right here. Let me go back over here. Yeah, but if you guys are members, don't feel bad about asking multiple questions. It's kind of what I'm here to do. And if you guys don't know, I have a membership plan. If you guys, there's 3 memberships. There's the $25 a month one. That's pretty hefty. I know that's for those who have been making money on the channel and really want to support the channel, right? There's a $5 one where you get to get access to more videos. Same with the $25 one, things like that. and that also just helps out the channel. And then the cheapest one is the $2 a month plan. That one's if you guys just want to come into the stream and just ask me questions, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys have for the $2 a month or anything like that, right? And the only reason I put it at $2 a month is because I didn't want to make it like out of anybody's reach. It's only because sometimes this like if Bitcoin really goes to all-time highs again, this chat will go back to having thousands of people in it, and it's very hard for me to answer like hundreds of questions coming in every few minutes. I just can't do it, so I have to filter it by members, and that's part of the reason. So heads up, if you guys want to become members, I have a link down in the description. It just helps me kind of manage everything. At the height of this stream during the SNL night, there was over 15,000 people watching this stream. There was no way I was going to answer everybody's questions, and that's just kind of why I have the membership plan, if you guys are wondering. Hey, Marco Yanes, I'm hoping you're having a good day, my man. Hey, Steve, made 300% from Walfart. Hey, there you go. Hey, Steve, bought at 110, sold at 250, went higher, but pulled back quickly. Hey, there you go. Dude, that's freaking fantastic. Dude, Steve, look at you go. Look at you go. That's freaking amazing. Hey, Illegal Eagle. Thanks, Mike, for telling me about Bitcoin 5 months ago. Now I'm up nicely. Hey, dude. Now, to be fair, I was surprised about how fast it popped off, too, but I'm happy it's been making a whole bunch of people a lot of money. Normally, I don't put my name behind something as far as saying, hey, I like this blank, blank, blank. Because when I said I liked BitTorrent, a whole bunch of people asked why I like BitTorrent, and then I kept on talking about BitTorrent more and more and more, and I felt kind of weird about it. But because I never want to, I don't, even though it's you guys have the make the decision to buy something that I recommend. I always feel bad if something were not to pop off the way, not to really have a good returns. So I was really glad that a lot of you guys are making money off of BitTorrent. I'm really happy for you guys, like extremely. Hey Alex, thanks again for the super chat, man. Thank you again. I'm really grateful. Because I'm using it, but don't fully understand it. I bought into a coin when it was at 31K and Ethereum at 2K back then. But I'm new to this Webull and stock stuff. I'd really appreciate the videos for it. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Because I started to do stuff like that a while ago. Sorry to kind of go back into repetitive stuff here, guys. Analytics, no content. Now what am I doing? My channel. So if you go deeper into my channel, I'm not much of a YouTuber, so I haven't been doing a lot of, you can see I don't have many videos up, but like, I did some Robinhood stuff like this about how to buy stuff, so I can definitely look into Webull and try to do something similar to it, and I think you guys will get a lot of benefit out of this one. If you guys are just now tuning in and you guys have been looking to if you guys have been looking to try to make money in the options market and just for breakouts in general, I did put out a video a little bit ago talking about breakouts that you guys should probably watch if you guys just want to understand what we're talking about when people ask me questions about certain stocks. It's usually about breaking out and where the best opportunity for the options play is. So if you guys want to learn about that, maybe I have the videos here. Here he goes. This one right here. So I break it down in about 20 minutes, and I show you guys some of the profits. Like we had like 600% returns on Starbucks. I've had over 1,000% returns on Apple over this year. So it's stuff like this. So if you guys want to watch this video, I know it's not the best quality video, but you guys will learn how to play breakouts, and I'm going to help you get, like, if you ever have any questions on it, you guys can just come right back to the stream and just ask me about it, right? Like it. It has 0. Oh, I guess I need to let people, be able to see the likes, I guess. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, Alex, I'd be happy to start that series for you. I'd be happy to start the series. Don't expect it all in 1 week. It's probably expected over a month. But I'll probably start off with the watch list page first because there's a little bit of stuff there. Then go over to the markets. One video for the stock market side and one for the crypto market side. Because we'll talk a little bit about how pattern day trading on the stock side and how there's no pattern day trading on the crypto side, right? And then after that, what we'll talk about is the actual account page, which talks about your profit loss and everything like that. And because according for Webull right now, I'm a pattern day trader on Webull, so that's why I was surprised. Like, how do I have open positions on Webull? But yeah, so that should be fine. And then we'll talk about the messaging page and maybe the account page and stuff like that. The messaging page, it'll probably be the shortest video of them all. I never use the message tab on Webull. I just don't at all. It's because I don't really use the alert feature on Webull, but I'll talk about it just all the same so you guys will get the gist of it. But yeah, I will definitely start that for you, Alex. Hey, Big Mike. Hope you're doing well, my man. Hey, Lordy Devs. Aloha. My friend's about to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks here pretty soon. Hey, Dana. I don't think they're going to try to do more restrictions. I mean, if the Biden administration tried to add more restrictions for traveling, I believe he would lose the House and possibly the Senate in 2022. So I don't think he'd really do that. As much as politicians claim they love life and everything like that, usually it comes down to the brass tacks of being reelected, right? If you guys are not from America, we have a really weird system over here where politicians are kind of, it's all about re-elections here. But I'm assuming that's a lot in other countries too. But let me take a look at CCL Carnival Cruise. What was the other one talking about? Endel. Okay, so the first one is Carnival Cruise. This one's on the verge of breaking out. If you were looking at Carnival Cruise Lines, actually the time to buy it was at $23.31 if you were going to play the W pattern play. And if you guys haven't seen that before, W pattern Investopedia usually gives me a good idea. Let's see. Yeah, we can do double bottom. Fine, that's fine. No, it's not going to work out for me. Okay, well, let me just draw it for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Let's go to 5 minute on the Bitcoin chart. Let's just kind of go up here in the no man's land. So a lot of times when you see stuff, you see there's a W like this. Oh my gosh, it's going to take a second. Sorry, guys. So when you're playing a W, you want to buy right on this green line as it's passing above it over here. And that'll usually lead from a double bottom right here. That's why you saw that double bottom portion on Investopedia. But as it breaks it above here, this is when you buy, and this is where we're going to ride it out. So if we go over here to check out Carnival Cruise Line, you can see how it has a W right here. Now, it's not going to always be the prettiest of W's, but you can see there's a W right here, and you would have bought it right there. And it's about to break out of another support level. It looks like it actually... I would say today it broke out. So I think it'll be fine. That Delta stuff has really been putting some pressure on it. But I think if you were to buy just the shares right now, you'd still be fine. August 6th reiterated to $34. It's currently at $23. That's fine. Let's see. And nobody's been selling anything as far as positions, so they probably think it's going to go up too as far as inside the company. So yeah, this Carnival Cruise Line still looks like a decent play right here. And it looks like it's breaking out right here, so that might be a good idea to... well, it's pretty cheap for options. Is it even optionable? Yes, it is optional. So you can definitely buy some options on it if you want to. If it's $23.99 right now, you maybe look for a $25 strike price, and that might be a good opportunity to buy in there. And the next one you see is Delta Airlines. I mean, this one bounced off of the trend line here. I'm looking at it a little bit, but that's not even really the real trend line here. Look how messy this is. I'm less enthusiastic about it, but it looks like it's just recovering along with a lot of other transportation sectors at the moment, and especially since they're probably going to get a whole bunch of money from the government from this infrastructure bill. That's something you should also be aware of. Carnival Cruise Lines, maybe not so much because it's like a kind of an entertainment thing, but airlines is a major part of American infrastructure, and they may be getting a fat paycheck even after all the stimulus they've been getting, right? They may get another fat paycheck from the government here, and that may be one of the reasons that a lot of these airliners are going to have some good times. Let me see right here. And August 3rd, the director bought a whole bunch of shares. So he still thinks it's going to go up. So he's bullish on it himself, which is another reason that is pretty good. So yeah, they both look fine. I think Carnival Cruise Lines probably has a better opportunity over the two, but they both look fine. Now let me get rid of this stuff. There we go. Hey, Lake, I have no idea when Robinhood's going to come out with a wallet. I'm hoping sometime before the end of this year, right? Hey, Zoom Zoom. What's going on, Zoom Zoom? Did you post something? No, there you go. Okay. Hey, Steve. Yeah. So it's more of buy the rumor, sell the news. So when the bill is actually passed, that's probably when I'm going to be exiting my positions for those type of things. But I think for now you can definitely buy them as long as Congress there's no hiccups. The one thing I will say is the Senate is normally more organized than the House. The House may get a little rocky as far as passing this infrastructure bill. So you might expect some of these stocks to kind of get a little rocky as well. But overall, with all of those, Alaska, Caterpillar, I think they're all doing pretty well. But I think the best time that would have been to buy them was when we had if you watch CNN or Fox or MSNBC or any of that type of stuff, any major news network basically. I like PBS NewsHour. I'm a weird person, but that would have been the time to buy it once you saw they had enough votes to pass it in the Senate. And now that it's passed, now things may get a little choppier as it goes down to the House, and you see a lot more political theater happening down there. Let's see. Hey, Dana. Thank you. I have 36,000 of Bitcoin. Not sure how much more I will invest and what the highest price should go. Making money on it. Thank you. Hey, no worries. And you don't have to put more money in Bitcoin. It can just be one of many plays that you have, and you can hold it onto it for a long term. You can hold onto it until you feel like you've made enough profit off of it. Whatever you want to sell it at. If you have a price target on it, you can just wait for that. If you don't have one yet, just make one up in your head, off of the technicals at a level of resistance and whatnot, and you'll definitely be fine. But I'm happy you're making money. That's my goal for this channel at least. And I know it's been a bummer just kind of watching Bitcoin when it was at the $28,000 mark for a while, not really doing much. But now, now that you guys all kind of bought, we were taking nibbles and everything like that. Even though, I thought it might go down to $25,000. I was going to invest a lot of money at $25,000 if it went down that far. Maybe it still might, but for now we're kind of in this dovish spot, right? And I'll be happy to stay here for a while. Hey, Colin, do I know about the Pi crypto? Yeah, I know about Pi. I mine Pi. I'm not mining it right now, but I probably should. Let me see. Let's see. But yeah, I like mining Pi. It's free. I don't know if it'll ever turn into anything, but you know what? It can't hurt to push a button once every day, right? Hey, Dorman, what's happening with GameStop? I can take a quick look at it. GME has just not been doing anything recently. I mean, it really has not. I haven't seen really anything exciting happening with it. I went on vacation for a couple weeks, as you guys know, and it did nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's heading for earnings. They're probably not going to be the best earnings here pretty soon, so we'll have to see. If you go down to the oscillators and you look down here, it actually had a bullish trend right here. See how it was bullish? And it right here. And it still didn't do nothing. It went down even more. Now we have another bullish one right here. Maybe it'll do something a little bit better. I'm more optimistic about it here than over here. But for now, I'm just waiting for it to bounce above the 20-day moving average before I take another position. Well, before I even think about taking a position into this. But you can see it, right? I mean, it's broken out of this trend line. This is where you would want to buy puts, right? I told you guys to buy puts right here, and I said you guys can buy puts right here. And both times, let me see. At a maximum profit, you could have been making about 22% if you would have shorted. If you were buying options on it, that's like, I don't know, what, $46? I mean, that's like 1,000% right there returns if you were to buy it. Now, most people would have sold it somewhere around here, so maybe only about, a couple 100%, maybe, a few 100% profits if you would buy puts. But you go down here to the next level, it was another one, Now, you wouldn't have been making as much money this time, but you're still making a bunch of money if you would have buy puts off of it. But of course, this was all while I was away, so you guys would have had to do this on your own and see the different patterns on that type of stuff. So since I wasn't here, but yeah, now we're at here and we bounced off of it, We got rejected by the 20-day moving average, and now we're either going to bounce off of this again. If it breaks down below this, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy even more puts. And then if it's able to break above this, maybe I'll buy a call or two just as a little bit of a YOLO play. But man, oh man, you know, this GameStop has been having some troubles as of late, right? So I'm not really the most enthusiastic about it. I think it's okay since it's kind of bouncing off of right here. But I mean, this line came from it bouncing off this. It's not like it bounced off of this line for a reason. Probably maybe some hidden support level right around here. Probably from here or here, around that area. But overall, GameStop is like a thing for me right now. I'm keeping an eye on it, but I'm not really enthusiastic about it. That's a better way to say it. There you go. And I hope that happens. I hope that helps, Darn Man. Hey, Heaton, thank you for your valuable input. Hey, no worries. I'm always happy to help you guys out. Let's see. Hey, Chris, I got 330 pi. I have, as far as pi concerned, I don't even know what my other is, the pi app, pi network. I have 7,000 pi. I don't know what it's ever going to turn into, but who knows, right? But yeah, I mine it every day. Let's see. Hey, Dana, thank you, and I'm going to try options again, but make it longer than 2 days this time. Hey, do whatever you want. Again, guys, I am an extremely overly cautious trader. Extremely overly cautious. To a fault, I admit, right? But there are times where I let it grind higher, like on Apple or something like that. But I'm always more cautious about stuff I normally don't trade, and a lot of what I've been showing you guys as possible plays is stuff that I normally don't trade. The way I trade is I usually do a few large positions every year, and those positions make a lot of money for me. Because I know how they trade, right? An example of this is, let me see. Let me scroll up. I have to have some pictures in here somewhere on my phone. See. I'm gonna send over a picture that I just screenshotted a picture instead of sharing it. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay. Actual size. Okay. I'll show you how I kind of trade. And it's one of the reasons that I'm such a cautious trader over here. Let me open up my email over here just so I'm not like showing off my emails. So remember my Apple plays over here, right here, and so of course I made more money than this because at the end of it was like over 1,000%. But you can see how my profit loss open for just during this period of time. I don't know exactly what day this was, but it was during the last Apple run. You can see how it was up $53,000. $53,000 is, I could live off of $53,000 for the year if I wanted to. Probably would be a little bit tough with how I take care of my mom and my family, but I could probably make it work, right? But if I do that, 3 times a year, this was actually a pretty crazy return. I don't normally get this size of returns, but if I do a big trade every few every few months, I'm more than happy with how I trade, and I have a whole bunch of smaller trades where I'm making like 50 to 100, maybe even 200% returns. That's more than enough for me. But that's how come I'm so cautious, because I definitely have more money to kind of put in there, so I'm making a lot more money profit-wise, and I don't have to wait for the percentages to get way up there. Another example of it maybe be if I go down a little bit more, I might find the other Apple ones. Do I have any? I don't know why I keep on delete screenshot. I keep on screenshotting stuff that's already in my photos. There we go. There you But my point is, you can definitely hold on to these options longer than I recommend. It's just that like it's just the way I trade with the way I trade, which is kind of funky, right? Go right here. Oh, and thank you, Aheaton, so much for the $20 super chat. Knowledge is power. Thank you. Hey, I really do appreciate that very, very, very much. Thank you very much. That helps let the channel grow more and more and more. So I really do want to say thank you for that. Let me see. And I'll show you guys right now if I can. Yeah, here you go. And here's the other one. And you can see how I scaled out of my position. Oh, it doesn't show the actual openings. But you can see by the end of it, you can see how it was profit loss of 915%, right? The LB was up 116% of that time. I had sold the AMT because it was up quite a bit. The BA was up 64%, and a lot of these I just bought one share just to kind of say, hey, let's watch to see how they're performing. And the FTNT only gave me about $15 or $60 probably from here. But yeah, my point is, you guys can hold for as long as you want to on a lot of these plays right now. I just say if you guys want to take that in and out type of approach, you only want to be holding it for 1 or 2 days. But definitely, if you want to hold it longer, don't feel bad at all. You're not the only one, right? Hey Roman, can you teach us how to trade full time? Yeah, I'm going to start a series about how to start trading. I got to find the book. My grandmother moved it somewhere, and I have no idea where she moved it. I normally have my desk in a certain way. It's kind of like an organized, disorganized mess. So I know where everything is. It's just kind of messy because there's so much clutter on here. I mean, not right now, but my grandmother tries to clean it up, but when she cleans it up, I have no idea where everything went, and I freak out. So I'm going to look for that book here pretty soon because I have... Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where she put that book. But once I find that book, I will start a series kind of following along with the book. It'll be a long series. It'll probably take a year for me to get through the whole book because every time I make something, I make a video. You guys may all have a similar question off of something that I missed or the book missed. Probably more likely me missing, right? And if that's the case, well, I'm probably just going to make a separate video explaining it to all of you guys. That way, I don't have to answer it every single time in the stream, right? But I want you guys to learn, and I think it's just a lot easier. If you guys have a question, leave it in the comments below the video that I make, and I'll make a video addressing it if a whole bunch of people like the video, something like that. If not, I'll just type the answer down to you if it's something short, right? Hey, Chef, pens, yeah, hold on a second. Sorry, the chat's getting a little busy right now. Pens, ooh, this does not look good. Let's see what we can find off right here. You know, for now, I think this is, that's not gonna happen for a long time. Let's look at something more like that. Really, I mean, yeah, it's still breaking down right now. Let's make that into like a normal blue line right there. I'd hold off on buying this until it hits support. Maybe then you could take a small position on it. I don't know what the news was on. Oh, it was earnings, I guess, on Pinterest. Yeah, I'd be careful about this, like very, very careful about this. Let me see if there's any levels of resistance we really have to worry about. Right there. So you have resistance at about $60.91, and you have a floor of about $53. You're kind of smack dab in the middle of that right now, so I don't really recommend buying it. But if you're trying to play a bouncing play, I'd wait for it to get a bit lower, maybe around $54, $55. You can try to take a position, and you could have a stop loss somewhere around, let's say $50 just to be safe. That way you're not losing too much money there. But this really does not look like the best of plays to be looking at right now. But if it holds right here, awesome. Then you can try to hold on for dear life and make some money on it over the long run. But you really want to have that $50 stop loss if you are going to enter a position here anywhere around like $54, $55. But yeah, this is definitely. I'm assuming that the earnings were like that bad if it dropped off that much. I mean, they had a really good quarter too. I'm guessing their outlook just wasn't looking the best, right? Let's see. And it also has a strong sell technicals, so that's also something, right? But yeah, I'd wait for it to bounce off down here. I'd bounce off at the $53, $54 level, and I'd probably look to buy it around 55 something. That might be your best shot for buying that. Oop. There you go, here. Hold on one second. Just gotta. Should be okay. There we go. See, hey Alan, time. Hope you're having a good day, my man. Let's see right here. What do I think about Home Depot and graphite mining stocks and battery stocks? I think they're going to be fine. I think contractors are going to have a lot of fun with this infrastructure bill, and Home Depot is going to be having all-time record highs, and same with Lowe's. I think if this infrastructure deal passes, they're going to, like, a lot of contractors are just going to have to go to Home Depot for a lot of stuff, and it'll be freaking fantastic. Because what I'm assuming is going to happen, there's going to be a lot of local communities, whether that be townships, towns, cities, whatever. They're gonna pay large construction companies for a lot of the major stuff like highways and stuff like that. But I think they're gonna hire a lot of contractors for those more smaller things that they will need done, like maybe cleaning up the city from graffiti, picking up trash. And I think a lot of people are gonna go to Home Depot for a lot of their supplies there and things like that, and that'll probably lead to some really good gains for a lot of those types of stocks. As far as the graphite and stuff like that, yeah, it'll be fine. They'll have a little bit of a boost because of the bill, but overall, I don't think it'll be like the largest boost in the world. But I do think there'll be some money rolling into that sector fairly soon, especially if the bills look okay. Bank of America, isn't that Bach? Let me see. There we go. So I'd be careful with this one. This one already broke out. Let me see if I can find it right here. Sorry guys, my contacts are drying off a little bit. The right time to buy would have been here. Even though I was running the 50-day moving average, it popped up above it. And it's been going good. Right now you're kind of chasing the tail end of it, which is kind of a scary time to be buying, especially as you guys come in going straight up. I'd be careful, especially as dividends are coming up, and it looks like dividends last time it came down after the dividends. Dividends, it came down after the dividends. Dividends, it came slightly down, but not a lot down. And dividends, it came down after the dividends here. So I'd be careful hopping into this thing now. The proper time to buy this would have been off of this breakout right here. And even then, it probably would have been better just to hold off one more day because it was running into the 50-day moving average right here. So yeah, Bank of America looks okay, but you're chasing the crumbs there. So I'd really be cautious about getting into it, especially since it's under $50 as well. Oops, not Dogecoin. Bitcoin right here. There you go. Dogecoin can go over here. There you go. Yeah, sorry guys, my contacts are getting a little wonky right now. Hey Matt, hope you're having a good time. Hey Jared, right here. Hey Roman, don't know if I told you, but you recommended that chair of yours some months ago, and I bought it. It's great. Yeah, this chair is freaking amazing. I mean, mine's built for heavy people because I'm a little bit larger, right? But this thing, yeah, it feels right. It has a whole bunch of cool settings to it, and I really enjoy it. It was definitely worth the $450 for the chair. But at least to me, it was a business expense, right? Hey Eric, Graham knows are the best. We said tell. Oh, she's probably watching right now, so you can all tell she's probably watching. And some Dar, yeah, let me check out Dar for you very quick. Darling Ingredients. Oh, I haven't heard of this one before. $75. Oh, so this is a pretty interesting one. So it just had earnings. It's on the verge of breaking out. Now, yeah, it's on the verge of breaking out. I mean, if you want to go through another trend line, if you're looking for like a really good reason to buy, you could have bought off here, and you can see how it kind of performed pretty well. So it is currently breaking out. I really wait to see what happens tomorrow on it. If it's able to kind of break above this right here, this thing has been moving pretty darn. I think has been pretty darn volatile, which kind of gives me a little bit of worries, but I don't know what the news was about it. But here, I guess it was just probably earnings happen, I guess. But excuse me. There you go. But if it pops up above this tomorrow, and by pop off I mean maybe get above 75. Man, it's just so close. 75.50 or something like that. then you can definitely look at an options play right there. Hopefully the spreads work out too, but it's just it's on the verge. But yeah, if you're looking for plays before they break out, which is a very good thing. If it's able to continue to break out tomorrow, you can definitely make some money on this play, and you don't even have to worry about earnings for a while. You don't have to worry about dividends. It looks like nope. So yeah, this is definitely a good play to be watching right here, especially as everything's kind of still exploding in the marketplace at the moment. There we go right here. No way, Chef. Thanks for asking the question, man. Hey, Travis. Hope you're doing well, my man. Hopefully the work wasn't too long for you today. Let's see. Hey, Travis. I took my gun out shooting to kind of sight it in. I sighted it in, but I didn't get my bear tags until after the trip was over. So my friend got his bear. I got a whole bunch of. He gave me half of the meat from the bear, but I finally got my bear tag right here plus 1,000 other tags. Like literally, it's all just tags at this point. But yeah, so he got the bear. I helped him process it and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was definitely a fun trip. We went out to Forks, Washington. Let me see if I can find it very fast. I know Travis knows where this is, but if you guys don't know where it's at, let me show you very fast. If Google Earth wants to load. So this is where I was staying at the Airbnb for the first part of the trip, this little farmhouse right here. It was really, really nice, really, really peaceful. A great view of the water. You know, I walked over here every morning and I got oysters from the water. Then you took them over and there's actually a grill right here. I guess it won't let me zoom in, but there's a grill right here. And I just cooked up some fresh oysters every morning. It was delicious. But afterwards, we went to Seattle for a couple days and I live down here, right? But we went up here to Forks for the hunting. And then in Forks, we went to the logging lands. Forks is this tiny little town, a very, very tiny town. It's where the film Twilight was filmed, right? And so there was actually a line for the Twilight store when we were leaving, a massive line to go into the Twilight Museum. So it was like, oh boy. But yeah, so he got his bear out here. It was a very, very fun time. We actually had a little bit of rain, which was surprising. Washington's in a major drought right now, so it was kind of nice to get a little bit of rain coming in. Let's see. But I'm hoping you had a good time, Travis. I know I was. I'm still looking to get something here. I got that new app Onyx or whatever it's called, and I've been looking for hunting grounds around me. That way I don't have to try to go too far. But I'm pretty excited to see if I can get a bear or something here pretty soon. Let's see. 2.3 million long on Doge. It's probably Secret Fish doing his work over there. Let's see. I bought BOA last week. Option ends Friday, so I'm good, and it'll probably sell tomorrow in the AM. Hey, there you go. What's BOA? I feel like I know it, but I'm just not gonna. Let's see. BOA. Oh, it's not on here. Maybe it's a what do you call? No, BOA. What is BOA? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what BOA is, but I'm sure it's something good, and I'm happy making some good money off of it. Hey, Ken, can you do the TA for all? Yeah, let me pop it up right here for you. So it broke out a couple days ago. This would have been the best time to buy. It has broken out a little bit of resistance. And, you know, honestly, guys, you remember how I just told you guys how to trade the W? This is something right here, trading the W, also at the breakout point. This would have been kind of double whammy to buy right here. Broke resistance right now. You know, if you're looking for the next level of resistance for this at the moment, I'm seeing somewhere around $136. So you could definitely look to start scaling out of your position tomorrow if it keeps on booming up like this. But so far it looks fine for now. And if it's able to easily break through this level tomorrow, then you really have to look at like, whoa, it might go all the way up to maybe 138, which would be freaking insane, right? That would give you some great profits. Although it might take one day of resting before it tries to make that big pop up there. But there's nothing wrong with that. We are headed for dividends here pretty soon, so just be aware of that. Dividends here. Dividends went down just a little bit, but it ended up going back up. That's fine. Dividends kind of went sideways. That's fine. So dividends aren't really too much of a major factor here, which is kind of a good sign for this Allstate. So yeah, still looks fine. I would say your first level of resistance, though, is around 137. After that, you're looking at about 138.33. go right here. All right. Let's see here. Opinion on Shiba Inu. I'm okay with Shiba. I'm just not really inclined to hold it. I mean, like, I'm not adding it, making a huge position out of it. I think it just looks okay. It's not really one of my favorite coins, but a lot of you guys bought it a while back, so I was like, I'll just buy it so I can keep track of how it's doing. It's been doing okay. Not really great, but just okay. And I think that's because, it was built as the Doge killer, I think, right now, and, it was just, it was a really, really memey one, and I guess it hasn't really been, the volume hasn't been there. But maybe it's due for a big pop here pretty soon. That's what might happen. Hey, John, I do hunt. Yes, I do. Hey, Travis. Yeah, I actually do like shooting the gun quite a bit. I use some of that Winchester ammo you gave me, so again, thank you very much for that one. I gotta be conservative about how much I shoot that stuff, though. I've still been looking at places and I can't find any of the ammo. My friend bought over some ammo from the East Coast, and he bought some premium ammo that was meant to like take down bears or something like that. It cost him like $80 a box for ammo. I was just like, I mean, like, now can I afford it? Yeah, of course. But I mean, there's part of me, my stomach sinks when I see $80 for a box. Let's see. From Lakewood, Washington. Hey, what do you think about Doge? I think Doge is going to do. I think right now Doge for me has a high of maybe 33 cents by this week. By the end of the weekend, that's what I'm kind of estimating it as a high. The lowest probably back around 24 cents. I think we're kind of in the middle zone at the moment of where we could go, especially because Bitcoin still hasn't broken out yet. But I still like the way Bitcoin's been performing so far. If you go over here to the day chart, though, we're getting close. We still have a chance to break out. I'd say, I'd give it today and maybe tomorrow for breaking out. If not, I'd probably scale out some of my positions and kind of watch it come down a little bit and just buy some coins right back down here closer to this pink line right there. But right now, I really want this thing to have a good chance of breaking out. If you look at the 4-hour chart, it looks a little bit nicer. No, the 4-hour chart we've already the 4-hour chart we've already kind of broken down a little bit from it, right? But it's still performing well, so I just moved it right here. I should probably, and the only reason I moved it here is because I figured, see with this timer right here, 4 minutes, that's how long it's going to take until we get the new 4-hour candle. And so I'm like, okay, it's going to stay there anyway, so now we have another level of support to kind of help us out here. Right here, oops. There we go. Hey, Travis, let's go hunting Mount Rainier. I have not looked at any hunting around Mount Rainier. I know there's like an Elb forest down there, a national forest I looked at, and that may be something I'm looking into. But yeah, I'd be down to go hunting. I'd definitely be down to go hunting. Now I'm more of a ridge hunter. I like to walk up on a ridge and kind of spot, right? And just kind of walk around, right? But I don't like to hike because I'm a bigger guy. You've met me. I'm a bigger guy. I'm not meant for the enduring hikes like I used to do in Montana, where I'm hiking up mountains all day, just walking left and right. My body can't do it. Maybe if I keep on doing it, it'll be good enough. But whoosh. But yeah, Travis, I'd definitely be down for that one. Oh, BOA is Bank of America. Oh, okay. I call it BAC. I call Bank of America BAC. That's what I call Bank of America. And that's just because if you go over to FinViz, oops, doop-a-doop. See, BAC, B-A-C. I just call it BAC. But thanks for letting me know. That there you go. So I'm glad to be making some good money on Bank of America. Oh, no worries, Josh. No worries, Josh. That was my bad. Breakout equals BO. Oh, there we go. There you go. Hey, Travis, down. Let's go. Yeah, dude, I'm definitely down to go hunting. Now I think that I don't know what I can hunt right now. I haven't done too much work. Guys, I've only really been hunting in Montana. So I think I don't know what else is in season, but all I have is the bear tag. But if there's black bears down there, I would love to go hunting down there and see if I can get something. I like forks, but I really don't. I have a car, and I don't have a big old truck like I want to. I'm thinking of just buying a Ford F-150. I know it's a little generic, but I'm thinking of buying one just for when I hunt these days because I can't have it in my car. Although apparently, my friend, he said he saw somebody with a bear strapped to the top of a car, and I was like, oh my gosh. So maybe I can do that. Let's see. But yeah, hey Steve, STLD. Let me take a look at it. I've heard of that before. I think it's a cheap one, isn't it? Let's see. Yeah, it's under $100. There we go. Okay. This one's getting pumped up slowly because of the infrastructure bill. Only from the infrastructure bill. That's pretty interesting. So. Yeah, this thing's kind of breaking out on multiple levels. You can definitely buy into this. I'd probably buy $73 strike calls, maybe 75. Probably hold them for like a week or more, with the 2 weeks or more expiration date. Let me see. I don't know. This thing is a little, since it's kind of gone up so fast, and might have to take a breather pretty soon. I might buy on that breather here, but I mean, if the infrastructure bill keeps on kind of going through at this rate, I'm wondering how much downside there is to this. Because look at this, guys. I mean, if we go back in time, like, we're definitely going, like, we're moving up high right now. So this looks like the next level of another leg happening here. So this would be something that you might want to hold on for a little bit of time here. Now again, it's okay if it goes in the money a little bit. Maybe you want to buy some calls at $74, $77, $80. This is one of those times where it looks like it's because of economic circumstances in the Congress and all that type of stuff. You might want to buy multiple sets of calls here. Definitely put more money in the calls that are closer to in the money, and then less in the out of the money calls. But it definitely looks like it wants to make some moves here, and it moved up about 5% today. It actually, in the last 2 days, it's moved up 10%. So it's definitely moving up pretty aggressively here. I'm assuming as more and more people read the legislation for this bill, they're going to see how much money is going to these types of companies, and I'm assuming it's a lot of money, right? A lot of money. And the second one you wanted me to check out is Lynn, very fast. Yeah, what is it? 10 o'clock? Yeah, 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'm about to head off to bed here pretty soon. So this one's a little bit different here. I'm going to do the bottom first. There we go. So this is breaking out technically at the moment right here. It's at $108. I'd probably buy a strike price of $112, maybe $115, and buy it for 2 weeks out. Same 2 weeks. You can hold it for a while if you wanted to. This looks fine. Let me see. Just earnings. Earnings last quarter were good. So earnings the last few quarters have all been good. Up earnings here. Up earnings here. Earnings up here. Earnings down here. That's getting too far back in history. Okay. So yeah, this definitely looks like an okay play. You probably won't be. Yeah, you won't be holding it till October. Earnings are definitely a while away. But yeah, this is breaking out here. This one actually looks a little bit better than the other one. No, it doesn't look better, but it looks a little bit more safer because the other one just hopped off so fast. So I might have a short pullback here pretty soon. But yeah, but this one looks just as good. Well, probably a little bit better, as I said. And earnings is October 7th. Yeah, this looks like a fine play. I think you're better with like maybe a $112 to $115 strike price and hold it for about a week or so. But an expiration date of at least 2 weeks for this one. You really want to give it some time to pop off here. And if you wanted to take a nibble right now, you could. And then if it's able to break above this level of resistance right here at about $110, then you could even add more calls to strengthen that position if you want to, because that's when it really might start to churn and start going up here. There we go, right here. That's another good play for sure. See, I'm happy you guys are finding these breakouts. These are breakouts that I'm not, well, I've been on vacation, obviously, but these are breakouts that, you know, I'm really happy you guys are seeing right here. Let me go right here to 5-minute chart for Bitcoin. And guys, we're still having some trouble as of getting up to this this resistance level here. We're heading back down towards this white line. Is it a big thing? No, but it's just something we want to be aware of, right? Hey Travis, dude, I have that truck. See, yeah, F-150. I think it works. Oh, sorry guys, my contacts are going off. Check out the 30 and the 50 cal air guns, hunting bear, buffalo, elk, and other huge animals with them. Oh, I didn't even know they sold air guns like that. That'd be freaking crazy. Because I just want to post up somewhere and look get something. Ooh. What do you buy those, Jonathan? That might be actually pretty interesting right there. Let's see. Hey, a random hero. VeChain is fine to me. I like it for the long term, but I don't really like swing trading VeChain too much because it's kind of unpredictable about when it pops. But I definitely like VeChain as a long-term hold. I have like maybe $400, $500 into it. I think it started off as around like $350, I think. Let's see. Oh, they're not legal in Washington? Ah, shucks. And one of you guys just asked about WWR. What is WWR? I don't know if it's a stock or a crypto. Westwater Resources. A short float of 11%. I'm seeing a lot of volatility, like up 15%. Excuse me, down 15%, up 17%. Buy, director, 460. Was that this year? 460. Oh, geez, yeah, they lost a little bit of money too. This one I'd be more hesitant about, WWR. It looks like it tried to break out and it didn't do nothing. Let me go right here very fast. Yeah, this thing is a split one. You don't want to hold on to this one. This thing is designed to go down and down and down over and over again. And every single time it goes back towards zero, then they have to do a split and it goes down again. And that's what you see every time you see this little S right here, S. That means all this thing does is it does offerings after offering after offering. So you buy it hoping it goes up in the long term. But what they do is they issue more shares into the market. They sell all of those, and that gives the company revenue to keep on existing. And so I'd be very cautious about this one. Maybe it can be more of a play for it could be a play for this next infrastructure bill or something similar to that. But I'd be very hesitant about getting into this one. And it has earnings coming up. I think August 13th or August 12th. So tomorrow. If you wanted to play it, you can try, but I'd be very cautious about getting into this. Earnings were okay here. Earnings looks like it was really bad. Earnings here. Earnings looks like it was okay. So, you're literally gambling right now on an earnings play. That's what you're going to do if you buy it tomorrow. I don't know if earnings are before market opens or after market opens, or after market closes. Before market opens, so you'd have to buy early morning in the pre-market before earnings happens. But be very careful with that play because right now it's just an earnings play. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, but it's legal in Idaho. There we go. All right. Hey, OJ Kidler. I really like how you're doing the live streams now. Thank you. Hey, no worries, guys. I'm always happy to help you guys out. I'm pretty excited to see where all this crypto is going to go for the next few days. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, everybody. I'm heading off to bed right now. I'm a little over my time, but I enjoyed talking with you guys tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., everybody. And, everybody, everything's looking fine. Pay attention. We really want Bitcoin to break above that resistance. And I mean, we really do want it to happen over the next, 24 to 48 hours. Probably the next 24 to 36 hours, realistically. So just keep that in mind, everybody. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Yep. No, not 9 a.m. Excuse me, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. I'll be helping my mom at 7 a.m. Get ready for dialysis. So hope you guys all have a fantastic, fantastic day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again.